Capstone project, build an interactive data visualization app. Welcome. In this project, you will learn how to build a basic interactive data visualization app using Python. You will work with real-world time series data, practice loading and plotting data, and create your own mini-app. By the end, you will have a hands-on introduction to interactive visualizations and ways to explore datasets on your own. Let us get started. Running the cell now. What you need. Python version 3.7 or newer is recommended. Packages needed: pandas, matplotlib, plotly. Do not worry if you have never used these before, we will walk through everything step by step. Running the cell now. Let us make sure all the tools we need are ready. This code checks if the pandas, matplotlib, and plotly packages are available. We need warnings turned off so you are not distracted by them. If any package is missing, it will be installed automatically. These tools help us load, visualize, and interact with data. Running the cell now. Once your packages are ready, you are all set to explore data. Data setup. We will use real monthly airline passenger data for this capstone. This dataset is from 1949 to 1960 and is a popular example for time series. Let us load it and take a peek. Running the cell now. Let us download and read our airline passenger data. We define the web address for our dataset. We load the data using pandas, which helps organize it into a table. We print the shape, which tells us how many rows and columns the data has. Now, we show the first few lines so you can see an example of the data. Running the cell now. Want a challenge? Try finding the largest value in the passengers column later. Next, let us check our data. We print out all the column names, so you know what information is available. We count any missing values in the entire table. You always want to make sure your data is complete before using it. Running the cell now. Let us visualize simple line plot. Time series data shows how things change over time. A line plot helps us see trends and patterns. Now, let us make our first visualization. Running the cell now. Here is a simple way to plot our time series data. We set up the size for our plot, so it is clear. We make a line plot using month on the x-axis and number of passengers on the y-axis. We add little markers to help show each actual data point. Adding a title makes the chart easy to understand. We label the x-axis as month to show the time period. We label the y-axis as number of passengers. We angle the labels to keep them readable. Making the layout type prevents things from overlapping. Finally, the plot is shown so you can see trends and changes over time. Running the cell now. Take a look. What patterns can you spot in the chart? Now let us try an interactive plot you can zoom and pan. This uses the Plotly library to quickly create a line plot. The chart will show up with buttons and you can move around or zoom to different months. Interactive visualizations make exploring trends much easier and more fun. Running the cell now. Try hovering on points or dragging to zoom. What do you notice? Exploring data with slices. Sometimes, you want to focus on just part of the data, like a specific year. Let us see how to select a time range. Running the cell now. Let us extract the rows for the year 1955. We create a new column called year with just the first 4 digits of each date. Now, we filter the table to keep only the rows where year matches 1955. This prints only the data for that year, so you can analyze just this time slice. Running the cell now. Try changing the year to see other time periods. You can interact with your data by entering your own choice. This code lets you type the year you want to look at. The table will show only rows for that year. This makes it easy to explore the periods you are curious about. Running the cell now. Now try entering a year like 1958. Remember, you can keep changing the input to explore. Keeping data safe. What happens if I pick a year that does not exist? Real data sometimes does not have records for every input. Let us see what happens if you ask for a year not in the dataset. Running the cell now. Let us try looking up a year not found in our table. This code asks for a year and checks if there are any matching rows. If no data is found, it prints a friendly message. If data does exist, it will print the matching table. This helps you avoid errors and confusion when exploring. Running the cell now. Try typing a year outside of 1949 to 1960. What message do you get back? Mini-app, pick a year and plot that slice. Let us put what you have learned into an interactive function. This function will ask for a year and plot just that year. Ready? Running the cell now. Here is a Python function to plot passenger data for any year you choose. This function takes in a year. It checks the table for matching rows. If there are no rows, it prints a message so you know. If data is found, it shows a yearly plot with clear labels and markers. Returning stops the function if no results are found. The rest creates and displays the plot using only the filtered data. The chart is sized for easier viewing. Using a different color helps mark yearly plots strongly. A dynamic title tells you which year you are looking at. Axis labels keep everything clear. Month names are rotated for readability. Tight layout makes the plot clean. Lastly, we show the finished chart. Running the cell now. Try using the function with your favorite year from this dataset. Now you get to run the mini-app hands-on. This cell will let you type a year and instantly see the graph just for that year. It uses the function we just built. You can run this as many times as you like for different years. Running the cell now. Did you notice anything unusual in certain years? Try several and see. What if you want to see which years had the most passengers overall? This code groups data by year and adds up all the passenger counts for each year. Then we sort the results to find the biggest totals. This lets us spot years with the highest numbers, which can show trends or important events. Running the cell now. Tip: try sorting on other columns or looking for the smallest numbers too. Let us display this summary as a bar chart so it is easier to compare visually. Here, we plot years on the x-axis and total passenger numbers as bars. Each blue bar represents the total number for 1 year. Bar charts are a great way to compare groups directly. This can quickly show us any jumps, drops, or unusual years. Running the cell now. Experiment: try filtering data by value. Want to see only months with over 400 passengers? Let us filter the table to highlight those periods. Running the cell now. Let us look for busy travel months. We find all rows where number of passengers is greater than 400. The print will show a trimmed list of months with high activity. You can adjust the number in the filter to experiment with different thresholds. Running the cell now. What happens when you use a higher or lower cutoff? Let us visualize those busy months to spot patterns. We check if we found any months with high passenger counts. If so, we plot only those months in red so they stand out. This chart helps reveal times of peak travel. A title and labels keep the plot clear. Try changing the value to see different travel periods. If no months qualify, you get a simple message instead. Running the cell now. Now let us combine filters to see only busy summer travel months. Here, we check for months June, July, or August, and also require more than 400 passengers. This is an example of combining multiple conditions to target exactly the data we need. Such filters let us ask more advanced questions about the data. Running the cell now. Which summer had the most busy months? Try to find out. Challenge: try creating your own filter. Can you find months where the passenger number is increasing 3 months in a row? Try writing code with a friend, or give it a go below. Running the cell now. Here is one way to find increasing streaks. We make a new column called Increase that checks if passenger numbers went up for 2 months in a row. Then we filter to show only those months. This can quickly spot times when the airline had fast growth. Shifting means looking at earlier rows to compare with the present. Running the cell now. Can you change the 3s to 4 months in a row? Try changing the code and see what you get. Recap: what did we learn? How to set up Python for data visualization. How to download, load, and preview real data. Ways to filter, slice, and visualize time series. Interactive mini-apps for exploring data. Tips for combining filters and finding patterns. You are ready to try new datasets on your own. Practice and experiment. Running the cell now. Try more, and subscribe. If you enjoyed building this interactive app, please leave a comment below. Subscribe to our channel for more fun beginner Python projects. What real-world data would you like to explore next? Let us know. Running the cell now. Practice with your own data or try edits to the code. See you in our next lesson.